Today is March 4th, 2023. I just realized that I've achieved a level of peace in my life. The concerns that I used to have passed. What seems to be happening is the way that I live my life, the way that I have lived my life for the past 2 years have created a credibility in continuing in the manner of the life I will live for the rest of my life. The world knows it, and I know it. And one word sums up the path that I have chosen and the path that my faith life has given me in moving in the right direction. And only one suitable word fits this state of being at this moment. I was concerned a few weeks ago, and now that the state of being, I wonder if anybody can recognize the state of being. It's not a smell of vision. It's not an emotional vision. It's not a real transference of where I am reflected upon the YouTube channel that I've created, essentially. So this essentially, hear me sitting here at this moment, on this day, at this time, uh, there is the state of being that is represented. I know that I know that after trading about a year ago, I would be like fraught with worries and concerns and what things will happen about my vehicles and about whether I will be employed, whether the legal environment is conducive uh, conducive to the growth that I have in mind for my future. And I was concerned about that. But there is now a finality to my current life. And it seems to me that there is just one word that seems to make sense for me right now, and that helps out when I'm day trading. I have to be in this pristine state of being in order to trade well, so that I will not be disturbed in the things that I will do. Uh, it gives clarity in what I do as a day trader. And that single word, and I hesitate to state it because it has taken practically about 2 years to achieve, essentially. It has taken about approximately 2 years. It has taken a tremendous amount of work uh, and suffering to get to this point. So I'm at this point, and and it just it's like I can breathe. It's like it's like there used to be a huge boulder that I used to carry around. It seems to me there was I don't know how to describe it except to say that it felt like it was cold. It was like cold outside. It's like wherever I went, it was cold, and I was like frigid all the time. Even if it's warm, and I felt like my chest was being pressed down by an elephant, and it felt like there was it felt like there was a huge boulder that was like pressing down on my back, and and it felt like I had such a high level of cholesterol that my heart raced. Even when I was like resting to sleep, I could feel that my heart rate was just racing. And now it's like that margin call, the movie called Margin Call. It's called a margin call. And within that movie, the CEO described about his job. His job is to predict. That's his only job. He gets the big bucks because he predicts what will happen a week, a month, a year from now to steer the company in the right direction. And then he says that when the music stops, he knows that a direction has to be made, uh, and that's what happens. So today I watched this movie called Margin Call. It's free on YouTube, so I've watched it. It's directly applicable to what I'm doing as a day trader. So so and he said, and then he looks out into the he looks out on a he's obviously in a building, and it's elevated building, not on the first floor like I am. And he's looking out, and he says he's looking out, right? He's the camera's on him. Look, see, he's looking out, right? So he's got the side view and he's looking out. He's looking out. He says he makes this speech and it says he says I don't hear a thing. Right? He says I'm not hearing a thing. So what that means is that the music has stopped, and the pounding and the noise and the things that occurred has finally just stopped. It's peaceful. There's nothing to be heard. It just it's just calm. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So I'm breathing now. I'm becoming conscious of where I am right now. I'm relieved. I'm relieved. It's amazing how things work out. It's just amazing how things work out. I'm relieved. I'm relieved. I've demonstrated to the state of Idaho that I made two payments already. And now the whole universe of legal system is off my back. It's gone. It's tossed away. It's in the trash can, never to be seen ever again. Because I know with my ability working as a dishwasher, my income is limited. And whatever amount that I make is sufficient to satisfy any legal action against me whatsoever. The other part is I am so fortunate that, and I truly, though I am so deficient in so many ways, that an employer like this West Side Drive-In is employing me, even though I'm so deficient. That's a load off my mind as well. And the housing, ah, situation, and this office situation, and my trading has finally taken traction. So so one word just essentially describes the state of being that I'm in. Just the state of being that I am in. I am a faithful Catholic. My mother once told me before she passed away. She said that if you if you if you um, apparently it's like uh, if you pray like 1,000 times, Buddha will turn his head and smile. Okay. So I was at a Vietnamese restaurant, a Vietnamese store, getting a spicy I was the main reason I was there was to get a sriracha. And this Buddhist practitioner with this beanie, I had a beanie on, and was walking out, and then turned her head. I believe it's a she. Turned her head, looked in my direction, and smiled. And I thought, the Buddha just smiled at me. Apparently, when a Buddha turns around and smiles, dreams come true. I don't know. My mother told me that. She's a Christian. Um, I'm a Catholic. Okay, I am a Catholic. I am a Catholic. But it's kind of nice to know that certain things fit outside of the faith that I have. So it felt good. Obviously, a smile is good to it. So I've achieved a level of essentially it's a load off my back. It's a load off my chest. It's a load off my mind. It's a load off my soul. It's a load off. Okay? It's amazing to me. It is truly amazing. And I can only use one word to describe this state of being. It's a condition called being in a state of peace. After I evoked my subconscious by discussing this and talking about things, when I record this video and that's displayed, there is a state of peace. The music has stopped. And to be frank, I don't hear a thing. So if he's able to predict for a month, 6 months, a year, 5 years, 10 years, and he can see that far, it is a truly an achievement of just tranquility and peace.